Hey everybody, Texas Black Sheep Sickle here, and today I wanted to make a video about Footsies and Killer Instinct. So recently I've read online that people are still complaining 3.5 years since the game came out, and people still don't like KI. A lot of us love it, the millions of people that play it online and the people that show up to tournaments still love the game. But there are a couple of naysayers. Street Fighter players, Marvel players, Tekken players, Mortal Kombat players. Um, they still don't like Killer Instinct, and the biggest gripe that I hear is that Killer Instinct revolves around guest breaking. It's the breaker system is just something that they don't like. So I wanted to make a video and kind of show that Killer Instinct can be more than just the breaker system. Even though it revolves around that to some extent, you can play Killer Instinct how you want to play Killer Instinct. So as you can see, I'm showing you some options, some different ways of playing. So you can play your spacing game. You can control space. You can push your opponent to the corner. You can have all your mix-ups, and you don't have to go into combos. You can just throw out your buttons. You can whiff punish. You can do all those things. But if you don't want to play this game of Killer Instinct where you're doing long combos and you're trying to bait out your opponent to break at certain points and counter break them. If you don't want to play that game, you don't have to. Nothing says that you have to play that way. You can do short combos. You don't have to do combos at all. You can just hit them with buttons. The attacks do a pretty good amount of damage, especially special attacks like your uppercuts or your puddle punches. They do a significant amount of damage, so you don't have to play that way. So right here I'm showing you, pressure tools, just pushing buttons, things like that. That combo right there is there's like 2 chances to break. It's very short, and it did about 30% damage. So there's combos like that are super short and do a pretty good amount of damage, and they lead to a setup. And there's not a very high chance that your opponent will break it since it is so short. So shortening up your combos is another way you can play KI. You don't have to play it the way that a lot of people don't like, which is just doing longer combos, giving your opponent a better chance to break your combos. And another thing I wanted to talk about is the people that are complaining about KI usually don't understand KI at the highest level. For instance, like most people don't know there's whiff punishing. If you throw out a button and it's long enough, I can throw out another button and punish it. You can do the same thing that people do in Street Fighter. You can buffer into a special, go into a combo. You can do all that. And then people start saying, well, yeah, that's cool and all, but then they're just going to guess and break the combo. So what's the point? Well, the point is you still keep the damage. You keep a part of the damage. So even though they break your combo, you do get a pretty good pretty good chunk of damage still. And on top of that, you still keep potential damage lingering over your opponent. So even though they broke your combo and it went back to a neutral state, you still got that little chunk of damage and you still got the potential damage. So if you open them up a second time, the damage is going to be increased. So people don't understand that. They just see the game being played and they're like, oh, wow, you can just guess and break the combo. Guessing is not that easy. Like there's 3 possible choices: light, medium, and heavy. And most of the time at high level, players know how to mix it up, and they know how to deceive your opponent. They know how to make it seem like something's there and it's not really there. They also know how to do resets and things like that. So KI is a very well evolved game, and people just really need to see it. You know, it's so much fun, and I really hope more people play the game and play it how they want to play it. If you want to play it like Street Fighter, you can play it like Street Fighter. I want to see more players playing KI differently, because KI is the only game where you can play it how you want to play it. All right, thanks guys.